I like first floor classes because I can't press the elevator button, so I end up being like really late for class. Because I have to like wait for someone else to use the elevator at the same time or something. It's just like little things that kind of just hold you up in the day. And just, oh. I was diagnosed with spinal muscular atrophy type 2. They say I have about the strength of a newborn baby. From kind of getting ready for the day, preparing food, that kind of thing. My disability is in my mind somewhere. I have to consider it wherever I go, whatever I do. Do it. My hands are really cold. I'm like, when they're cold, I can't move them. Right, for the daily in the opinion section, basically covers my experiences on campus and how some situations might be slightly different for me.
Anytime I go anywhere, people stare at me, which is like fine. And that's in every single space I've ever gone to at Stanford. Because it's just like, like, why do people think it's okay to stare? Do you want me to stare at you? Like, it's like, whoa, I have a disability. And then I just feel uncomfortable, and then I get really red, and then it's like awkward. I kind of titled myself as the chick with sticks. So I was like, well, here we are, this is my life now, might as well make like a thing out of it. I wanted to do medicine at a pretty young age. Then I had a skiing accident. I was paralyzed from the waist down. And I was like, wow, I've had way too much exposure to medicine at 16. I love Stanford. Like, I love it so much that I'm a tour guide. But sometimes when I'm speaking about it, I'm like, is this true?
You're part of an invisible community. You have to ask for shit because nobody in life is going to hand anything to you. I actually prefer being in a wheelchair, like, because, like, I'm not fucking, like, wasting energy, like, walking. I can focus more on shit that I care about, which is meeting people. I thought everything at Stanford would be accessible, but it wasn't, but I made it work.
It's an old place, and that can often present access difficulties. The inner main quad is a particularly problematic area.
I'm showing up to class first day, and I'll be like, oh, turns out I can't go up there. I mean, I came with the expectation that, like, this building, which is, like, in the main quad, it's so fundamental for it to have an elevator, right?
There's a lot going on as a student, and then you add a disability, and there's even more going on. Little things like that can really just pile up the pressure, and it'd be so easy to resolve, like, really.
You want the full Stanford experience, and sometimes I don't know if like that's fully possible. I was pretty ambitious and excited, and I was like, oh, I can totally do Australia. Like the most physically strenuous abroad program, but also like I'm a bio student. I love being outside. I explicitly stated like all of the issues I would run into because I had investigated the program, talked to my friends who went on it previously, and they still accepted me, but then they didn't really reach out in terms of like what accommodations I would need. So I met with my OAE advisor, and she was really great about I'm going to have a meeting with BOFs so that you don't have to. There was a long list of like issues that they think I would run into. So it suggested that I like pay a personal assistant to go on the trip with me, or to pay my friends just to carry my bags and then like piggyback me occasionally, which I thought was weird, but like understandable in the sense that like that is I don't want to feel like a burden. I respect OAE so much. Their job is so stressful, so it's easy to slip through. But I wish that it would have been done a little bit better. Now I'm kind of screwed for a lot of things. Like, I'm not going abroad. I don't think all the other programs are closed. I don't have housing for the fall. But it's all going to get worked out. It's super trivial, but it's just frustrating that these are things that I wanted to be a part of my Stanford experience. I thought coming in that I would be seen as a person with a story. That was kind of how it was advertised to me. I don't know what to do. And sometimes it doesn't really feel that way. Housing can be a little frustrating.
I went to one of the housing drop-ins, which is like, tell me which houses are accessible. Like, just give me a list of where I can live. But they were like, no, I can't show you these are private. I was like, but yeah, that would be really helpful to see. Because I don't know everyone in every house. Like, I can't just go around looking. It'd be so easy, and I don't know why that's like private information.
We can only live in certain parts of campus and or in certain rooms and whatnot. And so when that's not communicated correctly, that can really screw over some things.
This room is actually a triple, so there's lots of space for me to kind of move around. A bed for my assistant. I sleep with a ventilator and some other bits like a nebulizer, cough assist, because my muscles on the inside are just as weak as the ones on the outside. I move out of bed onto my shower chair, which is in the bathroom at the minute. And the bathroom is kind of closed off just for me.
They were like, oh, we're going to assign you to your current room in Mirlo. And I was like, okay. But I thought we had discussed that this room wasn't really doable and I will not live here again. Singles are sometimes too small to like de-loft the beds. The laundry room's on the first floor. I live on the second floor where the handicap bathroom is. And I can't do my own laundry if I don't have anyone helping me because of the stairs. But none of my friends will be there next year. Like, I'm not going to go ask a rando to like carry my laundry down, which I shouldn't have to do. Someone who has physical limitations should always be prioritized in terms of housing because there's very few spaces on this campus where people like me or my friends who are wheelchair users can like actually live. Because a lot of the dorms are old and then they're just straight up aren't elevators in most of them.
Like, I don't think like it's too much of an ask to have like, a wheelchair lift being built up on like the stairs. It's not like the lifts, like it's like the wheelchair lifts, just to enable like us to like, go and like meet people on the other floors.
People talk about there being comfortable spaces. I would say the social scene at Stanford's not a comfortable space whatsoever for anyone with disability. You feel like you're putting yourself out there whenever you go to any community.
What a single row house is accessible. What a single row house is accessible to like beyond the first floor, which is fucked up. If you're cut off by like the entire fucking house, like it kind of ruins the entire experience, All these houses that are like centers of campus life, they aren't accessible. That doesn't scare me away, but that I'm sure 100% scares of a certain number of people away.
I kind of avoided the party scene for the first 2 quarters, pretty much. I found in the past that people don't invite me to places because they're just worried that it won't be accessible. They'd just rather not ask. But it's not the end of the world. But just the little things that I've not been able to be a part of.
It's just like the little things that people don't have to think about.
Like little things like this,
It's so easy to misunderstand something like this because you don't live it yourself.
Also, I think it's important is like an acknowledgement of disability as a community in itself and as just a different identity that people can embrace and not just a problem that we need to kind of deal with.
That shit fucks with you psychologically, like you'd hope that like they're doing something about it, but like they're not really doing anything about it. I don't think that I've gotten everything I deserve, but I don't think Stanford's gonna do anything about it either.